What if I told you that you could use AI to build a website from start to finish for a new client in less than 30 minutes? That is exactly what we are going to do in this video, and not in theory, but in an actual test. Let's dive right in. My name is Braden Carter, and I have built a marketing agency building websites and doing SEO for local service businesses for about 3 years now. And when I had started, I had gone with the basic drag and drop builders like Wix and Squarespace and so on. But now it's getting to the point where we can get better results using AI, and I believe we could do it in 30 minutes or less. So in our challenge today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start this timer right here. We're going to let it roll. And my goal in 30 minutes or less is to build a completely built out website that is published, that is viewable online, that not only looks good, but also has a back-end system to be able to collect information from the clients. Now, how we're going to do this is we're going to use a couple of different tools. We are going to use Stitch for the design. If you're unfamiliar with Stitch, it is Google's AI to come up with designs. Then we're going to use Anti-Gravity for the build out. And then we're going to use GoHighLevel for the backend, for the CRM, the contact form, and all the different systems. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. To do this, we're actually just going to go find a business within my local area. So I'm here in Idaho. So I'm just going to go look up a company that may need our services. So let's just maybe go look up a plumber. You know, actually, plumbers tend to have pretty good websites, so let's go look up construction company and just go see if we can find a website that might need to be redone. So if we come down here, we got Layton Construction. Let's go take a look at their website. Their website's looking pretty good. And again, this is totally live. The timer is going, so if you want to skip ahead or kind of skip along, that's great. But if you want to follow along, in theory, you should be able to build a website along with me in 30 minutes or less. We got Ouija Sons and Construction. Let's check this one out. Let's look at their website. Their website seems to be pretty good. Let's go look at Shoop Construction. Okay, so Shoop Construction doesn't even have a website at all, so that's fairly interesting. But they have a pretty cool logo here. You know what? Let's go do it for them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go copy this entire landing page right here, and they even have a really nice photo gallery. And we're just going to grab this next door page, and then we are going to come into a tool called Anti-Gravity. So what Anti-Gravity is it is an AI coding tool. So what Anti-Gravity is, it is an AI coding tool that will allow you to actually go work on your project. Now you can go download Anti-Gravity for free, or you can just go play with Cursor or Lovable or some of those other tools. But in this video, I'm going to be using Anti-Gravity, and it's because I can use Claude Code inside of Anti-Gravity. So we're going to come right here and we're going to open up a folder. And we're just going to go name it after this company. So it's Shoop Construction and Landscaping. That's great. So we're going to do a new folder here for Shoop Construction and Landscaping, and open. And now we've got this opened here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go open up the Claude agent. I just double clicked and I'm doing Claude agent here. And I'm going to go ahead and give it the website. So we're going to need to go ahead and open this up, come to the website here, grab this link, and come back to the website here and paste that link here. And then I'm just going to say, this is the next door profile for a construction company that we are going to be building out a website for. What I would like for you to do is to go grab all of their photos, grab any of their info, go grab any testimonials so that we may be able to build them a great looking website. And then that is going to work just like this. And then we're going to press send. Now what should happen is Claude should go look at this and start to go find out information about their business. So I'll fetch the next door page to gather their business info, photos, and testimonials. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to let this run by itself. So it's going to go through and do all of that for us, and we'll come and visit that back in just 1 second. Now we're going to go back into the browser, and something that I want to show you is this next tool that we're going to be using, which is called Stitch. Now if you've never used Stitch before, it is a free tool, and if you come to stitch.withgoogle.com, you can actually go build out web designs. And so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be going and building out a web design, and I'm just going to simply put in a prompt that says, please build me out a very premium looking website for a company called Shoop Construction and Landscaping. It needs to have a home page, a contact page, and a About Us page. And then we're going to go ahead and just post that. And then we're going to let it go build that out here. Now what Stitch does is it's actually going to go build out the beautiful design for us. So it's going to go gather the inspiration, and then it's going to come build out that design here. Now let's go do a quick time check. We are at 5 minutes and we've already identified a business that we want to do a website for. They've got some really nice photos. They've got some good reviews here. And then it looks like we are working on the design here. And then let's go back into our anti-gravity to see how anti-gravity is doing with gathering that information and adding it there. Okay, and it looks like it's going through and it's going and trying to gather some information about them. So it's been going like this with Claude Code. And it says, now let me save the research into a structured file for the website build. So here in just a second, we should see a file pop up on this side just with all the information that it gathered to be able to give us something to be able to start building the website. Now, the reason that I did this is I just wanted to go gather any of the context or information that we did have about the company so that we can be able to use all of this information to build out their website so we can get as close as possible to who they already are without having to go make up a bunch of AI slop. But now we're just going to jump right over into here, and you can see it's built out a really good looking website design inside of Stitch. So you can see it's building luxury and crafting nature. This is great. And then it has this awesome about page here, and then it has a really wonderful design here for the contact page. So this is exactly what Stitch can do, is it can build out beautiful designs for us. That way we don't have to worry about going and trying to figure out all the designs ourselves. Now, one of the things I am noticing is if we go look at their logo, I might actually just go save their logo to my computer here. And as I save their logo to our computer, I might just go and upload that into, okay, it's still downloading. There's that there. And I might just go prompt the designs to say, and I'll go click on all these designs here. 1, 2, 3, 2. Oh, let's just go highlight all of them. I would like the colors of the website to match the logo I have just provided. So that's one of the cool things you can do is you can go upload things like the logo like I did. And it's going to actually go take a look at our designs, go look at the logo, and try to make sure that they have a little bit of a better job matching. Now, if we go jump back into our anti-gravity here, you can see what we've got. Cades Dean and Samantha Shoop. Here is their phone number. Here is their email. Here's their address, 10 plus years in business. Here's all their different services. What they couldn't get is the photo. So that's fine. And then they have all of these different reviews. So they have 5 stars on Nextdoor, 23 recommendations, 22 faves, and they have 4.7 stars on Google. So that's awesome. And it saved successfully. It successfully grabbed their logo, and it saved their logo somewhere here too. And so all of that information is over here, and it even pulled some of those reviews. So what I want to go check now is if we come into their Nextdoor account, if it's actually pulling real reviews. So LB, DM, AP, this looks good. So let's just go back into Stitch and make sure. We got LB, AP, DM. Okay, so it's pulling legitimate reviews. That's great. And then it's got a couple of things here for their online presence, and it's got some photos that we might be able to pull from. So that's really, really good stuff there. Now let's come back into the design on Google Stitch and see if it's made any of these design changes for us. And you can see it has a little bit, but I'm still not loving some of the designs here. So what we are going to do, and let's just do a time check. We have 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Perfect. So we're going to come back into here, and I'm going to go actually start up a new Claude agent. So I'm just going to go double click on this, go add the new Claude agent in, and then I'm going to actually go trigger a skill called Stitch Prompt. This is a skill that I've already Stitch Design, Stitch Loop, Design MD. There is a prompt for Stitch Design, Stitch Design. Okay. I think it is, let's see, Stitch Design. Let's try that one and see what it does. It also might just be prompt something, enhance prompt. Thumbnail prompter, scroll stop prompter design. Okay, so it is this one here, enhance prompt actually. So we're gonna just go do enhance prompt, and then this should be for Stitch. So let's see, ready to enhance your prompt. What's your rough idea or concept of the UI screen? I'll transform it into a polished Stitch optimized prompt. If you have Stitch project, design MD, let me know and I'll incorporate it for you. Then I'm just gonna do a backslash and do business or @ business research MD and just say, I am wanting to build a new website for this company. We found their Nextdoor profile. We noticed they didn't have a website, so we want to build a website for them. Can you please come up with a prompt to be able to build a website for them? Keep in mind that this is a construction company, so we want it to look professional with a chic and simple design that looks like it's a $10,000 built-out design and that they spent a lot of time and energy building out their website. And then we're just going to send this in here. And then what it's going to do is it's now going to go look at that business research. Now, if you're unfamiliar with skills, this specific skill is set up to actually go look at the business research, and then it is also going to pull in that research to go build out the individual pages and information for our website. So we're just going to go allow that one there. So let me pull from the Stitch prompting best practices and check existing design system first. Perfect. So it's going to go check all of these different things. It's going to go look for a design MD file, which we don't have yet. And then it's going to go build out us a prompt. So again, what a skill is, it is a predetermined prompt or set of guidelines to be able to go help me do a task. So in this case, it's actually going to go look both at this, and then it's also going and checking with itself what's the best guidelines for a Stitch prompt. And then it's actually going to go build out the prompt for us. So you can see here a premium high-end construction and landscaping thing. It's got all of this information here, page structure, and so on and so forth. So it's actually going to go build out the entire prompt for us, which is beautiful. Social proof bar. It's even adding in some things from Nextdoor, 4.7 on Google, 90 out of 70. So it's pulling a lot of things. It's pulling off these different testimonials, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we're just going to let that finish here in just a second, and it looks like it should be done. And then now that that's done, I'm going to say, yes, let's go generate the home page. Now, what this is going to do is I started off with Stitch because I wanted to show you what the options were. So like if we come into here, you can see how it's going to actually go build out some of these things for us. And it actually went and built out a couple of designs. But what I'm doing now is I actually have an API key set up to where it's going to go build out a new project here in just a moment. And that project will be directly related to this prompt right here that we built out. And it's building off of this business research markdown file. And so I see you already have a local landscaping company website. Yes, we're going to create a new project just like that. And let's go do a quick time check. It looks like we are sitting at 13 minutes and 22 seconds. So time is running out quickly, but that is a good part of the challenge here. So let's go look over here and go refresh the page, and you can see what just happened is it's now starting off a new project, and it's going to go redo the design. So I wasted a little bit of time, but I did want to just show you what Stitch was in this video. And then also I didn't love the design too much, so I decided to go use one of the skills that I have to be able to go build out a better prompt for us for this specific website. So we're going to go do that there. And then I'm just going to come, while it's working on that, I'm going to come back into anti-gravity. And I'm just going to go spin up another Claude real quick and say, can you please go create a folder on the left based off what we have found in the @business research MD and call it a branding guide with the logo, the colors, typography, and any other things we should mention about the business when building the website. So just like that. So now I'm just going to have it go revisit and go kind of collect all of the information and go throw it in a folder. That way we know what is happening inside of our website, and we're just creating information and using information that we already have. So we're just going to come here, go do bypass information on this one, and we're going to do the same thing here, bypass information, project created, now generating the home page. This may take a couple of minutes. Perfect. Here's the branding guide, and you can see here in a moment it's going to start throwing things in that branding guide for us. So let's come back into Stitch here and see what it's working on. It says estimated time 100 seconds. That's great. So it's going to go build out that home page for us. And we're just going to make sure that that home page looks and feels like we want it to. Let's do another time check. It's 15 minutes, so we got about 15 minutes left. And you're going to see here it's pulling in things like their phone number already, which is great. Pulling in their address, which is great. One what our clients say. So it's pulling in some testimonials, which is great, and so on and so forth. So we're not having to go find this stuff because we already have access to a lot of it, which is perfect. So we're going to let that sit there, come back into anti-gravity and just double check on this branding guide. We got the brand guide here talking about their colors. So we got the forest green, earth brown, clean white, dark surface, sage green, light gray, wonderful. And then here's the typography for their website. Awesome. And then this should pull in their logo. There's their logo right there. So we got that green and blue. I just want to see in the branding guide if it mentions anything about blue, because I didn't see anything. It might be adding that in here. Well, let me update the logo description to reflect what we actually see. Okay, so it's actually already one step ahead of me. I noticed that it didn't have any blue in there, and it just went and added that blue for us. So that's perfect. It was already one step ahead of me. So what we did here is we have a branding guide to follow, and then we have the logo here so that our website can then go use this as we go build it out here in just a second. But let's come back over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you can see this looks wonderful. And what we're going to now do is I'm just going to say, please go build out a contact page and an about page as well. So I really like this design. It's very pretty. We got this nice circular thing right there. We have Nextdoor reviews, Google reviews, 5-star on BuildZoom, and neighborhood faves 2023 winners. So we got some really cool things here. And now it's going to go build out these 2 additional pages, and that's going to be perfect there. So let's come back over into the Stitch design. The homepage looks great. Here's what Stitch generated, and it's just telling us what it's generated. The design nails. Let's see. Perfect. What we're missing, testimonial section, about section, featured work, full with green. The design nails the premium earthy feel with the forest green and warm tones. It's clean, professional, and doesn't look like a template. Would you like me to edit the screen, generate those as separate screens, or move forward as is and tweak specific details? And then I'm just going to say I would like for you to look at the branding. Let's see here, at branding guide to be able to ensure we are using our colors and typography. So now I'm just saying, hey, it looks really good. Now what I want you to do is just go take a look at our branding guide and make sure that you're following our branding guide, like our logos and colors and stuff. The current design uses forest green and earthy tones, but the actual branding guide specifies a lime green, royal blue, and a Montserrat Open Sans play for display typography. Let me edit the screen to match the real brand systems. Okay, so it should be coming into Stitch now and going and building out some new pages here in just a moment, where we will see the new branding there. But you can see here, here's a wonderful about page. This looks great. And here is this is the contact page, and here's the about page here. Let's do a time check. We have 18 minutes, 35 seconds. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to come back into anti-gravity here, and it should be going and fixing some of these things here. So Stitch edit screens, request contains an invalid argument. Okay, so it's having some kind of problem there. We'll come back into Stitch and see if it's opening up any other screens yet. It may not. It may be thinking. So let's come back into anti-gravity and see if it gives us any more information and see kind of what happens there. So far we've come up with a design. We have all of our branding guides over here, which is great. And then we are currently working on just making sure that the branding lines up. But I really, really like what we're seeing on this page. And we can even go preview this like on the phone and see what it would look like on the mobile phone. To see how it would look. So there's those 3 lines, wonderful, and then we can scroll down. We can actually go preview this totally on the desktop to go see what it would look like if it was live. So you can see here, really premium design. There's that glyphomorphism top. All of these kind of hover over like this. That looks really good. And then obviously we'd go create more pages there. Okay, so let's go back into anti-gravity to see if it's made any progress. It looks like it hasn't yet, and that's okay. So we'll just let that sit a little longer. Maybe we'll refresh the page, see if anything's happening on the Stitch project. Okay, so it looks like it is building something new now. So it is working on a new design. It's gathering inspiration. And it's even saying right here, here's the color changes. So replace all the old colors and replace it with these. Perfect. And then we need a gallery section. We need a testimonial section. We need an about section and a call to action section. Okay, so it's actually going to go build out this new home page, which is wonderful. And that means we can kind of delete some of these for right now because this is going to be our new design. And this is one of the wonderful things about Stitch is we can kind of go see what it looks like before we start building out any website. So rather than just doing a click to drag, we are actually going and building out the design first. Okay, so we are at 20 minutes and 39 seconds. That's great. While that is being built, what I'm going to do is actually come into my GoHighLevel account. And this is where we're going to start building out the backend, because this is going to be important in just a second. And to do that, we are going to come into this demo account, because that's where we're going to build things out. And we're going to come into automation to prepare ourselves for this new website. And then we're going to come into create workflow and start from scratch. And then all we need to do here is we just need to set up some kind of webhook. So let's come here. We're going to do a webhook, an inbound webhook, just like that. And we are going to save the trigger and just let that sit like that for a second, because we are going to connect our website to this webhook to be able to actually go build out the correct systems to be able to link in the CRM and the forms and all that kind of stuff. So let's go check on the design. Okay, this is much better. So you can see here, we got the actual coloring. This is wonderful. We got this 5 stars. We got all these designs here. Great. And then now what I'm going to say is, this is wonderful. Now with this design in mind, please go build out an about page, services page, and contact page. So now it's going to go build out these pages. And if we go take a look at this, if we go preview it in a new tab, we're going to see that the design looks much better. So if we scroll through here, all this is good. So we got we're obviously going to go change the logo at the top. The services and stuff we can go change, but for the most part, we got these wonderful testimonials, owner operated. It's got this things, so 10 plus years of experience, 500 projects completed, 100% satisfaction, and it's even got this nice call to action at the bottom. So it's building some great stuff out there, and then it's going to come build out these pages here, and it should be done here in about 20 seconds for the about page, the services page, and then the contact page. So you're going to see how easy this is to go put a really beautiful looking website together. And the nice thing about this is you can actually go prove it with your client so that they are happy with what you are building. But let's go do a quick time check. 22 minutes. Perfect. I think we're going to get this right in time. So let's see. Almost there. It's almost done. Okay, here is our contact page to tell us about your project. Wonderful. Great. And then we have our about page. This is great. Perfect. And then we have our services page that has all of our different services and stuff. So you can tell this looks like a really premium, well done website. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come copy all of these. So we're going to just go over like this, and we're going to go to export, and then we're going to do zip and export. Just like that. And then we're going to come back into our anti-gravity, and we are going to do a new folder. So add folder to workspace, and then we're going to come look for that zip file. We might actually have to just go unzip it here. So we'll come over here, we'll come into downloads, and then we will unzip it so that it comes out into a folder. Perfect. We'll come back into anti-gravity, and then we will just upload that file here into the downloads. Perfect. And that should add that there. Stripe. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm just going to come open up a new Claude thing here. And we're simply just going to say, we can get rid of the logo, and I'm going to say, please go look at Stitch. Let's see, Stitch Construction Landscaping website. I believe that should be it. Yes. And all of the pages in there. There should be a home page, about page, contact page, and services page. Please go build out all of those pages so that we can create a GitHub repo and publish to Vercel. Please take note of the brand guide and the business research when doing so. Just like that. And then what this is going to do is it's now going to go take all of these different folders and actually go turn it into a legitimate website. And so you can see right there, it's going and looking at all the screens. So it's actually going and looking at the actual screenshots, and then it's also going and looking at all the code. So this should be really easy because it's pretty much built out. Now it just needs to go make it all functional. So you can see here, it's reading out the codes and it's reading the screens. But let's go do a quick time check. We are at 26 minutes, so we have 4 minutes left here. And we're gonna come back into anti-gravity and see how it's doing. So all we've really done here is we've done research on the business. We went and started to build out the actual folders. We went and built out a beautiful design using Stitch, using this design that we have here. And then we are just taking this design now and we are putting it into anti-gravity. And then in a moment, we are going to connect it to GoHighLevel. And I think we are going to hit right on the spot. We might be a little delayed because of Claude, but I think we're going to get pretty close here. So you can see here, create shared components, header, footer, build out homepage, build out about page, build services page, build contact page, and initialize, get repo, and verify build. So now what it's going to be doing is you're going to notice in just a second, it's going to start going and building out the actual project. Oh, look, here's the different screenshots it has as well. So it might get rid of some of these in just a second, but you're going to notice it's going to start building out an index page and a about page and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to pull all of that over and actually build out the pages. So read the config, read the get more, perfect. Now let me create the global CSS layout file and the shared components for all the pages. So what it's doing now is it's noticing, hey, the header is actually the same on most of these. So let's just go build out a shared component so that we don't have to build out the header every single time. And now it's going to go create that there, and then it's going to go build out all 4 of the pages, which it shouldn't take too long for because it already has all of the HTML for all of those individual pages. But it's going to make sure that it's all interconnected and it's working properly. So we are going to let that sit there. Let's check our time. We are at 27 minutes and 40 seconds. So it may go a little bit over, but I am confident that we will be really close in launching this website. And honestly, doing it even close to 30 minutes is pretty impressive. Build out the home page, build out the about page. Now let me write all 4 pages in parallel, and it honestly should be able to do that pretty quick. Now I'm curious where it's putting all of this information. I bet it's underneath the website. Yep, so here's all of the website information, and you can see it's already built out the Next.js, the Tailwind, and all that kind of stuff here as well. And then here's the individual pages is going to go underneath this publics folder. So we're going to just wait for that to happen. And we will come back right when it is done. Okay, so just barely finished building out these individual pages. So you can see a home page, about page, services page, contact page, and then it's going to go push it to GitHub. And we are a little bit over time. So we weren't quite able to do it in 30 minutes, and the GoHighLevel is not connected yet. So we're going to keep going and see how long it actually takes us. Again, this is a live test for me to see if I could actually do it or not. And I kind of went above and beyond. I did 2 designs. And yeah, so we're just going to kind of see how long it takes us here. So install the NPM dependencies. Now it's building out the project. That's great. So there's the website folders here. And then here's all of our different pages. If we come into SRC and app, so you can see about, contact, services right there. There's all the different pages. So we're going to kind of let this finish out here. And you can see landscaping build 0.0. And then it's pushing it to GitHub, which is great. So it's actually going to go push this to a GitHub repository. I don't even know what it looks like yet, but we're going to see here in just a moment. And it's going to go push it to Vercel to actually make the website live. So this is a huge step for us because we're going to actually push the website to be live so that we can see it. You can see there it's creating the GitHub repository, and then in just a moment it's going to go push it over to Vercel. Okay, and it appears that the website is actually live, so let's go check out what the website looks like. And we are going to just pull it right over onto this screen here, and here is the website. So we can see we need to go add the logo to the top, but we have our services page. Landscape, architecture, fence, AC unit, our proven processes, perfect, our about page, our story, our values. There's all of that here. The contact page, wonderful. Okay, so it's looking like there's some photos that are missing, and that's totally fine. These might just be things that we need to go put in, what our clients say. Okay, so what we're going to come back and do now is we're going to come back into anti-gravity, and we're just going to say we're going to close this out. and then open this one here just because we're going to run out of some context window and just say, hey, I have noticed that there is some issues with some of the photos. It looks like there is some, like for example, on the home page, like where it says landscape, architecture, fence, AC unit, grass, deck, it's not pulling over icons. It looks like some of the images are kind of messed up. And then where it says format quote, it looks like the icons didn't work there. So let's just go through the website and make sure that all the icons and photos are correct. If you need to make any photo corrections, please use the key MCP that we have, the key KAI MCP that we have to be able to go create those photos with Nano Banana Pro. And then let's also make sure that we have the logo on the top of our website. Right now the logo is not there, and I know you have the logo within our project folder. So we're just going to come send this through here, and we're just going to, it's KIE, and then we're going to send that through and just kind of let it go work on its thing. And we're going to, oh, that's cool. And then we're going to open up another Claude here, and I'm just going to say we need to connect the contact form to a webhook to send to GHL. And then let's see what it says here. Perfect. Yes. Yes. We're going to switch this over to bypass permission, so it kind of just goes and does all of its own things here. So we're going to come through here, and then we need to connect the contact form. Yes. We're letting it go find where the contact form is. And this is where construction and landscaping, yes, and yes. Yes. We're going to kind of just let it do that until it lets us know what we need to do. Let's go check on what it's doing here. So it's going to go check all of the Stitch downloads, and it's going to go look at the brand guide. So it's going to go just make sure that it's doing everything correctly. And then over here, it's just going and looking at all the different code for the contact form. And it's going to go look through all the different pages to be able to go set that up there. So we're going to let both of these sit. And as we do, we're going to come back into our desktop, which is right here. And we're at 38 minutes, so I think we can get this done in 45, honestly. So we're going to just come over to our desktop here, and we're going to come grab this code. So this is going to be our webhook code that we need in order to get into our website here. So let's see, it's going to go find the use client, GHL webhook, and it's going to ask us for that webhook here in a second. And we're going to just give it that webhook, and we'll be on our way here. Let me read the key files to identify the icon and image issues. Okay, perfect. So it's going and finding those image issues there. And then it's going to create this little file in here for that webhook. That's perfect. So go to the high-level URL contact form submissions, get this from GHL. Okay, perfect. Done. Here's what I have set up. Name, phone, email, message. Perfect. Okay, so here is the webhook. Let's connect it and send a test through. So we've just given it our webhook now. And now what this is going to do is anytime somebody fills out the contact form, it's going to connect it into our GoHighLevel account. That way we can make sure that we're getting all of the contact submissions. So we're going to come back into GoHighLevel. It should be sending a test through here, fetch sample requests. You can see it sent that one through here. And then here's all the information it's sending over. So it's saying test lead, perfect, save trigger. And then we're going to just go create a contact, and we're going to go add in all of these fields. So name, first name, inbound webhook, name. So this is actually going to be a full name. And then we're going to go do, inbound webhook name. And then we're going to add another one for phone, like this, contact, inbound webhook phone. Then we're going to do email. And then we're going to go do email here, inbound webhook email. And then we're going to go do a message or note, other. Okay, so then we're going to just delete this one here and save action. And then we're going to just add a note to the client. And that note is just going to be whatever they put in their message here, and save that action and then publish. So now this is going to be construction website contact. Perfect. Save. Wonderful. Let's come back into our anti-gravity project here, and you can see that one's been done. And we're going to just go see what it's building out over here. Let me test all the external Google image URLs are accessible. and it's auditing all external images and replace the broken ones with the key MCP generated photos. Perfect. So it looks like it's going and doing all of this auditing here, and it's going in and adding in all of these symbols. First, let me fix the manual symbols font. Import URLs missing. Okay, great. So it's going and fixing those now. And so now what we've done is we have set up our contact form so that it's making it so that the leads can come through. And then we are working on just making sure that some of these photos are set up. And what I have done is, if you haven't heard of Nano Banana Pro or Key, Key is it is a marketplace to be able to generate photos with Nano Banana. And so right now what it's going to do is actually go generate those photos, and then it's going to go put those photos on the website. So you can see right here, it's triggering Nano Banana to go actually build out those photos for us. So it's going and doing that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It might have a couple more here. All 6 project gallery photos are generating. Now let me also generate the hero image for the owner section photo. Let me check the status of the first batch. So it's going back and forth and generating some of these photos, as you can see right here. And then it's actually going to go back and check if those photos are done. And if they are done, it's then going to go add those photos into our project. So that's what it's doing there. You can see, get the photos, great. And then looks like all 8 images are still processing. Great. So it's developing the photos for me. So rather than going and finding photos online, it's just going to go develop the photos for me. And then we are going to be good to go. Let's go check our time real quick. Let's see, come here. We're going to come into our time. Okay, so 43 minutes. I think we're going to be able to do it in 45. And thanks for sticking along with me in this video. This has been kind of just a challenge for myself. And it looks like all of these are getting fetched now. So those images should be done and true here in just a second. 3 out of the 8 images are done. Let me note completed URLs and wait for the rest. Okay, so it's grabbing some of these photos for us. And then I just want to make sure that the logo was fixed. Is the logo in the header there now? So I want to make sure that it actually put the logo in the header, and it should. Let me check the current state of the header in your project. Perfect. So it's going to go check that out just to make sure that the logo is there, and then this is still generating those photos. Perfect. So all photos are complete. There's all the different photos, and there's all the different files. Now let me download these and put them in the public directory. So it's going to actually come and put them here, all of the different images. So we're going to see some of those images pop up here for the website, which looks amazing. Like we could, oh, look at that. It even generated an owner's photo. So we'd obviously go replace that once we met the owners. And there's the logo there. Wonderful. And yes, we're going to let this run independently. And then great, all images are downloaded. Let me update the home page with the local images. Wonderful. We'll come back here, make sure that the logo is there. And then I think after that, we should be pretty set. And then we have a launched website in 45 minutes. Yes, the logo is in the header. The logo is displayed at 40 height. Shoop Construction and Landscaping. The same logo also appears in the footer. Perfect. Okay, let's go check on this one real quick. Okay, it's just going to go update those images with these new photos. And I think that the website will be done here in just a moment. So we can delete out of this one. And again, let's do a quick time check. So 45 minutes, just about done. And all image downloads. Let me update the home page with the local images. Perfect. And then as soon as this is done, as soon as you are done, let's update the GitHub repo and the Vercel job and the Vercel project. Okay. So we're just going to let that sit there. So as soon as the photos are done, it's going to update all those things. And then one last thing that I want to do is I want to come back into our GoHighLevel account and just go create another simple automation that actually will just come back into construction company. And we're going to do something really, really nice for this company is we're going to actually go send out an email. So send an email, and it's going to be from Shoop Construction. The email is going to be info@shoopconstruction.com or whatever their email is. Thanks for your inquiry. And then we're just going to put a message here and just say, hey, contact first name. Thanks so much for reaching out. We are excited to hear about your job. We will be in touch with you very soon. Feel free to respond with your job details as well. Thanks, Shoop Landscaping. Awesome, great. And then save. So now what we've done is not only does it create the contact and then it adds a note, but it also is going to send that customer an email so that our company doesn't have to worry about that. Like, we're going to take that initial first step away from them so that they don't have to worry about doing any of that kind of stuff here. So right here, it's going and updating the hero image. It's updating the owner section. It's updating the services page. And now update the contact page map image. Oh, cool. So it actually went and built out a map image for us so that it can show what the area is that we are in. I actually kind of want to go see that map image. Let's come here, come to images. Let's go to cedar fencing, landscape design, patio, retaining wall, logo, owners, landscape design. I'm wondering what photo it's using for the map. But I guess we're going to find that out here soon. Okay. So it's updating the contact mapped image. And something I'm curious about too is if we come into our SRC, go into the app, we can go to the contact page, page task, and it's just updating these files here. So any of these green marks, that's what it's updating currently. Now, we also need the name attributes to the contact form inputs. They're missing, which would cause the form submission to fail. Okay, good. The form already has the name attributes. Let me verify everything, and then build, verify, push to GitHub and Vercel for deployment. So we are coming up on the final ending step here. Let's go check time again. So 48 minutes, 25 seconds. Okay, so it took a little bit longer than we thought. Now it's just going to go push it back to GitHub. So it's going to go push that there. We're going to collapse all this down to just keep it clean. Good, it's connected to GitHub. Let me commit all the changes and push. So it's going to go push all of those changes to the website. And then once it does that, we'll actually be able to come to this and refresh it, and we'll see some of the updates, but it's not quite there yet. Okay, 17 files changed, 79 insertions, and then push to GitHub. So it's going and pushing that over to the GitHub main. And then Shoop construction and landscaping. Wonderful. And then it will tell us that the Vercel project has been updated. So you can see there it's been pushed. Now let me check the Vercel deployment status. It's going to just go double check that Vercel is all set and in sync. No deployments found under that name. Let me check the Vercel project config. Perfect. Okay, it's just going to go look for that, and then we should be done here. So thank you guys so much for watching along. I know that this is probably not the funnest thing, but I hope that you guys are seeing real quickly how we could build websites very, very fast. And I'm probably doing it a little bit more manually, and I'm probably really making sure that it's doing a good job because I want to make sure that the client is happy. But let's just go check here. Okay, so you can see there's the new logo. Obviously, I'd probably go fix the logo, but Shoop construction and landscaping. Wow, that background is beautiful. It's added in all of these icons now, which is fantastic. Here's our recent projects. Wonderful. What our clients say. This is great. Owner operated quality obsessed. Perfect. Let's go check out our services page. Wow, look at that. A wonderful services page. Great. Let's come into the about page, our story. This is great. Our core values, awesome. And then our contact page. And we're actually just going to go send us a submission in here, Braden. And then we'll just put in some kind of phony phone number and then an email address, john@braden.com. And then we're going to just say, hey, I want a new backyard. And then submit. Something went wrong. Okay, please call us directly. So that's something that we might need to fix. But for the most part, we have the website up and running. It's a beautiful design. It's a website that they don't currently have yet. And best part is if we actually go copy this right here and we go over to a Google crawler simulator and we go paste in the URL, you're going to find that it is completely SEO optimized. They have a title, a description, and all of these keywords that they are being found for. So just like that, in little less than an hour, so it took us a little longer than we thought, in 51 minutes and 20 seconds, we were able to take a new client online, go pull all of their data, throw it into a project, and then actually go build them a new website very, very quickly. So guys, I hope that this was a fun exercise to try out and to go test Stitch and Google Anti-Gravity and Claude Code to be able to go build out a really fun project and see if we could actually push a website live that was SEO optimized and connected to GoHighLevel. Granted, at the end there, we did have a little bit of a mishap with the form, but that's a quick fix. We'll just come in and say, hey, the form isn't submitting, and then we already know that the MCP is already up and connected. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.